What's going on? Timmy, Joe making a video, which is weird, and I wanted to, I guess, just I don't know, do an update, clear the air, explain some stuff, cause I quit YouTube like 100%, and the only people I really told is I said it on Twitter and maybe in like the YouTube thingy, like the thing you put up, the posts, and on my Patreons, I made a video for them way back in August, which seems like forever ago now. But I've never addressed this, and I didn't want to address it publicly um, because I was so depressed about it, I guess. So yeah, I made videos about computers on the internet, and I made a lot of them. I always say it was like 800, but let's see here. If I go to my channel, does it even say in the about anymore how many videos you've made? I I think it was like 800. And I think I did what I set out to do. I always wanted to be famous, sort of, and that was it was a young man's game. It was a young man's thing, and I really wish I would have tried harder because it was obviously attainable to gain YouTube fame when I was a lot younger, or I don't know, even around like the 2013 mark when my dad passed away. I inherited a bunch of money, and I did nothing with it. And if I had invested that money that I inherited into a YouTube channel back then, because I had the computer interest, I had some retro gaming interest. I bought a bunch of retro games and retro consoles and stuff like that. Like, I never thought I could, add to the mix. What really did it for me was I got back into computers, and then, I was trying to start the tech channel, and I kind of noticed that cell phones and stuff were getting really boring. So when Ryzen came along, that really piqued my interest because it had been stagnant for a long time, much like kind of is happening now. Where AMD just had the FX stuff, and Intel was releasing the same chips every year. And when Ryzen came along, it was like a big boost in the arm to stuff, and I absolutely loved it, and it was an amazing hobby for me, and I got excited for computer releases and all that stuff. And then we had the YouTube channel and a great community, and I did all these video card collections. But I'm not one to hold on like long term to a hobby. I like to switch it up. I get bored eventually, and like I got some guitars there. Guitars over always probably the longest lasting hobby I have, but I go in spurts where I play guitar for like 6 months, or I have bad carpal tunnel, so it's been hard these last couple of years. But I get into the hobby of the guitar thing, and then I take a break for like 6 months, maybe up to a year, and then I get right back into it. Same thing with the computers. And but then when I got the mix my wanting of being gaining some notoriety on the internet with the computers, and it really started to kind of take shape, and I really had a great interest for a while in it, and it really I woke up every day thinking about it, and then I was doing well with the computer business, and that's what was keeping me going with it. But when COVID hit and the GPU shortage happened, it really affected me. And I know we've had the videos in the past, some substance stuff that I got into and some issues I had there. I mean, that's less to do with, well, it's kind of some to do with me getting stagnant, and COVID happening and stuff like that, and the computer stuff. But I'm just susceptible to that stuff, anyways. By the way, I made a video about this chair because, long story short, they asked me if I wanted to review the chair a year ago, or like 8 months ago, like a long time ago. And then it was about a month before I quit that they said, "We're going to send you the chair." And I was like, "Okay, send me the chair, great." And it was some computer chair company from Canada, and I accepted the chair. I got it, and then like it wasn't a couple weeks later before I had the opportunity to quit YouTube, and I had the chair built and in my whatever. And then I had gone dead silent on social media, and then this guy starts posting like, "This guy's a terrible computer reviewer" on all my social media sites. So I made the computer video for the chair, which was a Rick and Morty interdimensional cable style, making fun of the chair like it was an infomercial. And I was not high or drunk or anything in that video, you idiots. The few of you that really didn't get the joke. Some people like, were really concerned with me and thought I was like legitimately. I was just taking a 1 minute video on my cell phone to just fulfill a commitment because these guys were getting angry at me because they sent me a chair that I didn't end up doing a video on because I did a hard quit. So that's being said. What really happened was I was just in my office and I lost the ability to sell computers. That's what half of my YouTube channel was finding the deals on the video cards, finding the deals, mixing them about, and giving you guys the information where you could get the cheap video cards on eBay and on this site, or these gems like the Alienware RTX 2080s and stuff like that you could go on the eBay and get cheap and then fix up yourself, stuff like that. Or how to make the budget computer, and all of that's gone on YouTube. And I really started to hate computers because of that. I really started to just get so disinterested and disheartened with this space. And kudos to those out there who have prospered throughout this. And there's only a handful of computer reviewers I'm still subscribed to on YouTube just to kind of keep in on it. But I really lost interest. I used to watch everyone's videos. I used to be so interested in it. When this all happened, it took a toll on me, and it made it so I didn't want to go and watch other YouTubers. And that made me think there's got to be a large chunk of people out there that maybe there are some that like to live vicariously through the reviewers that are actually getting their hands on video cards and stuff like that. But for the most part, people can't buy stuff, so what's the point of making videos for them? And if I don't want to watch computer content, there's got to be a whole slew of other people, and it just was a vicious cycle. So it was end of July, and I worked before the YouTube thing at a heavy truck dealership, and I was a parts clerk. I have a long history of I've worked in several car dealerships, and I'd been working there for a couple of years, and I was always doing their computers, and I still was doing their computers as part of my business. And I walked in there one day to help them with some stuff, and they had just a couple of people let someone go, and another guy left in the parts department, and they offered me a job where they would pay me almost what they were paying me for doing the computers in addition to my original salary doing the parts clerk job. So I went, that's a really good opportunity, and I haven't worked in a long time with people. I haven't, on a daily basis had a routine. I was really near the end there. I was going into my office and playing Fortnite all day on phone. Like, that's just the truth of the matter, because I had no motivation to make videos, and was running out of stuff. I'd made 800 videos to that point, and I'm not one to go and revisit the GTX 760 again, or do 100 videos on the same thing, even though that can make you very successful on YouTube. If you're that kind of person that can do that, all the power to you. But I am not that person. I feel like once I've done a subject, unless there's a significant change with that specific item, there's no reason to revisit it and beat a dead horse. But I'm wrong on that mentality. Another thing I'm very wrong on: everyone and their mother does ads on YouTube like crazy. And I tried no, I didn't try very hard, but like I did try hard to like get in the swing of doing ads, or being all right with doing ads. But personally, like I was saying, I didn't want to watch computer videos, so I feel like other people don't want to watch computer videos. I don't like watching ads. So for me to do ads, I felt like I was like, doing something. Like, that's why I wanted the Patreon. I wish it would have grown, but I wasn't really doing anything to make that grow. There was no benefit to being a Patreon member with me, except for you got some pictures of what I was doing ahead of time. I was a one-man show, and it was hard to do all the stuff and grow a Patreon and make the content and do my local computer business, and I got kind of burnt out on it. So, doing the ads, if I had done that, I might have been way more financially stable near the end there, enough to keep things going. But when they offered me that job, and I thought I like the people there. I've worked with them before. It's a job I can get back into. I was always pretty good at it, and I can go back to work and have a routine and deal with people on a daily basis rather than sheltering myself in my office, and kind of living vicariously through YouTube comments and stuff like that. I made the decision to go back, and that I would quit YouTube because I really don't see myself getting back into the computer game unless something significantly changes, which I don't think will happen for several years. I really don't think we'll be buying video cards at normal prices for a fucking long time. So, is looking to the future. I'm going back to work, and I need to start thinking about my future, retirement and stuff like that. I'm 37 years old. And there's a pension at the place, the dealership where I'm working that I can pay into. There is benefits, like sick leave and stuff like that. And that kind of seemed like a better option. And I did the whole thing with the YouTube, and I was pretty happy with the success that I had at it. And I guess what I'm saying is I thank you guys very, very much for coming along for the ride. And had COVID not happened, I would imagine I'd still be doing the computer thing full force. But like, I cannot believe that the idiots in the industry that make computer chips and Nvidia and like TSMC and these guys weren't preparing for this inevitable extreme boom that would create all this chip shortage. Like, they were running too lean. They needed to make 10 times the chip fabs a long time ago because every car has a chip in it. There are not dealers. Well, their dealerships are just empty because there are plants that have Ford F-150s built in the thousands sitting in a lot with no chips in them. Like, that's the world we live in. How did they not see this coming? That blows my mind. But that trickles down to a small segment of people, where computer enthusiasts, to where we can't get video cards anymore, and that really ruins things, especially in a time where the technology is really starting to explode. Like, if you have a high-end video card now, it's so much more powerful than they were 5 years ago. It's like, now's the time to really be into it, but you can't buy it, and that ruined it for me. So all in all, I'm doing very well. Since the summer, and I had my little sick thing there, I took those videos down because I'm getting back in the employment. I didn't want that stuff to just be publicly available when they're not aware of the things I was going through. So I hope you can understand that. But since my troubles in the summer, I've been doing very well. I did some therapy, which ultimately led me to just accept the job that I ended up taking, and I'm making decent money. I did go through my entire office, and I just liquidated it. I just absolutely liquidated it. I don't have even my YouTube cameras. I'm shooting this on my Logitech webcam. I had kept my gaming computer. I kept, a handful of things that I could use myself, and I sold the rest off because I'm going to need to pay for taxes and some repercussions of not having very much income the last couple of months, some credit card debt and stuff like that. So, all in all, I feel really good about the place I'm in. And I go to work from 7 to 3:30 every day during the week, and I contribute to something, and at the end of the day I can go home, and I didn't worry about, I didn't make my hobby, this isn't making my hobby my job like I did with YouTube, where it kind of, you get to separate the work. It just turning your hobby, a fun computer, hobby, into your job. Maybe there are people out there that are built that can do that, But I found out that I'm not. It's not a good thing for me. I mean, if I had tons more success and was able to segue into, I don't know, if COVID hadn't happened, I might be saying differently. But ultimately, in the end, that's just what happened. And I appreciate everyone who ever watched my video, everyone who participated, all the my contemporaries, my YouTube friends that gave me, watched my videos along the way, and we conversed. Steve from Hardware Unboxed, Dawood Does Tech. There's only a handful of people I really interacted with well, but in the end, it's just the way she goes, and I hope you guys can understand. And I hope that someday things change enough that maybe I'll get back into it. But as far as filming myself and putting it on the internet, I'm not into it anymore, and that's why I quit YouTube. So it's a young man's game, and like I said, I'm 37 years old, and the way time's been flying, I'll be 40 in a blink of an eye, and my kid will be a teenager. It's crazy. So thanks for watching. I'll still put random crap up on here, but as far as computer content on a regular basis, just ain't gonna happen out of me. And I wish you guys all the luck in the world finding the video cards you so desire. And it was a blast. Thanks very much, guys. Keep her sleazy.